Hi, this is Mitch with Bailey's Heating and Air again. I wanted to show you this coil that we pulled out of a house in Salida. It's an Allstyle Plenum coil. It uses ductboard, which is a fiberglass material to attach the ducts to, and the coil, which is inside here, you can see it. We took this coil out and we changed the system. However, I want to point out some of the deficiencies that this person didn't know that they had. First off, this first hole is cut very close to the end of the coil. When these coils first came out, they didn't realize that they would use all the whole piece here. They thought they'd put them over here and they wouldn't use any over here. Well, what ended up happening is people were cutting holes very close to the bottom of this coil where no heat transfer is actually taking place, because 20% of the coil is not used for heat transfer. It's actually not producing any cooling at all when the unit's running. So the ducts on this end of the plenum will not get any cool air. So they would blow air, but it wouldn't get any cool air because there's no heat transfer going through that part of the coil. Because of that, Allstyle came out later with a coil that had a piece of sheet metal across here, so you couldn't put a collar any farther back than right about here, about midway point. The other thing I'd like to point out is that this coil, they took a duct off the end of it, right off the end. Of course, this was robbing air from the rest of the house. There was no dampers on this system, so certain parts of the house are getting tons of air and certain parts of the house are not getting any air. It's always good if you have dampers in the system because you can balance it. If you have dampers, you can balance it, and it's okay to do this, but without dampers, it's a big no-no because all the air is going to go shoot out the straight duct right out the front end of the plenum and not out any of these ducts. Plus, with this hole in this one right here, we're not able to do the heat transfer, and so this ducts coming off of this particular part would not get any heat transfer at all, and so the system would blow air, but they wouldn't get any cooling. So they have no cooling out of it. The heating would work fine, but the cooling didn't. So if you have one of these coils in your attic, it wouldn't be a hard thing to do to go back and look at it and see if you have a duct coming right off the beginning of the cabinet. You need to probably fix that, change it, and it probably is old enough now because these things are about 15, 20 years old to go ahead and change them out and put in a new system.